Okay, well, we will find out right now. We will see what they do. It's just difficult. It's not right, but it's something that I have no control of, and nobody has any control of it. So
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the traffic collapse. Did you need a backup for the dealer car?
Negative. David 2 and David 1 are going.
Okay, clear. I'm going to be clear of it. I'm going to be en route to interview at Reed Manor.
I feel that people that do that sort of thing, harass somebody just because it's funny to see them get mad or whatever. At some point, Judgment Day will come around, and karma will get them. I mean, that's the only thing I could say. I'll probably never know, but
What do you got?
maybe their wife will divorce them. Maybe their kids don't like them. Who knows?
522 West Trail Street, 522 West Trail. It was a person welfare check and a 911 hang up. The female said she needed help and then she hung up. This was from a phase 2 showing 44 feet from the residence.
Clear. En route. I'm on and I'll head that way also.
It's just frustrating. What used to be freedom of speech is turning into you can't say that, you can't do this, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the government doesn't have something to do with it. Because I feel that if our great president had it his way, anybody that went against him or spoke out against him would be put in prison. That's the kind of stuff that needs to not happen. It would be no better than having Hitler as president. It's a shame. Something else I've noticed too was that people have trucks, and that's fine, people have trucks. But it seems like what they're doing is they're putting loud exhausts on them, and then they drive around tormenting traffic, whether it's tailgating, road rage, or what have you. I don't see the point in that, or the point of risking somebody's life just for a little bit of road rage. I don't see the point in, spending a couple $100 for an exhaust to make your truck obnoxious. There's a difference between sounding good and being obnoxious. People lost that fine line. Say you have a classic car. Man, you spent $100,000 making it nice, and you want it to sound good. That's fine. But for somebody to go out and buy a new Chevy or a new Ford and then put an exhaust on it and drive around intimidating people, that's wrong.
Go ahead.
David, show me clear lot,
Census West 1352.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Chevy and Ford? Well, they'll flag this video too.
Negative, it was a 911 only phone. We can't call back.
People call so many times. They call and say, well, this person's doing this, or there's shots over here, or there's something over here, and then they call from a 911 only phone. They dispatch them, they get there, and there's nothing. You can't call the caller back. The caller won't stay on the line for the officer to go help them. It's a drain on resources. It's pulling money from the budget, so there is no more extra patrols, and there is no extra personnel.
Squad 9 and all Homer units are clear returning.
So then when somebody does have a legitimate reason, you know, maybe somebody's arguing with their wife and they need the police, so, you know, but they can't go because they're searching for Joe Blow that just shot up a house. So people say, ooh, well, we'll call from a 911 only phone, tell dispatch whatever, they'll dispatch it, and then they can sit there and have a laugh, but for what? I don't know what the deal is with heroin and Narcan, but excuse me for being frank, let them die. These people are not suffering. Hell, they don't even know what happened to them. But no, let's crack down on prescription medications, and let's crack down on this and outlaw this, and no. I'll tell you what you do. You might as well just say, oh, all drugs are legal. Who cares? You want to do heroin? Here, we'll give it to you. You want to smoke meth? Here you go. People are just going to do drugs. That's just what they want to do. Now they say, well, there's not enough Narcan. It takes 3 vials of Narcan and they're still out. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being frank, but let them go. Let them die. They're not in pain.
Unit 12.
You know, you can only do so much.
Report to HR ASAP, please.
And it sounds mean and it sounds everything else, but you can only do so much. And like I said, people are going to do drugs. That's just the way it is. So we need to focus on educating people about drugs, and focus on treatments, and focus on health centers for people who use drugs. And try to look at it at a different angle. Because this tougher, just say no and war on drugs is not working. It still comes across the border. It's still shipped in from wherever. So, but you know, that's how it is. You know, that's just how it is. Everybody has pain. It's terrible. Terrible situation we got here.
We've got a pod in Abbeville a lot right now. Near the A building on the other side of tracks.
So we'll see how many YouTube guidelines does to these videos. So till the next video, this is your local whiner. Stay tuned for the next whining video, complaining about nothing, nothing about nothing. Can't fix stupid.